As we are going into Lysyschansk, there are Ukrainian soldiers pulling out. They are exhausted, outnumbered and outgunned, and they're taking a hammering. In the words of their foreign minister, they need weapons, weapons and weapons again. And without a new injection of foreign arms, Ukrainian forces will not be able to stop Russia's advance in the east. So they're getting people out as quickly as possible. The elderly are the ones most at risk and least able, but who need the most persuading to leave. Katerina tells us the social worker who helped her has fled. She's 74 and frightened. Who wouldn't be? The policeman reassures her she'll get food and medicine. She's been living alone with her 84-year-old husband who appears to have dementia, and they have little to eat and no power.
Ой-ой-ой, такого я нікому не желаю. Це страшне. Людоньки добрі. Це ужас. Ні. Ну, була війна. Були мої родителі в окупації. Таких, як ми, не трогали. Не трогали.
They can see Severodonetsk being pounded and know their town is next. The cities are the last two holdouts against Russian troops in Lysyschansk. Once they fall, the whole of one half of the Donbass will be under their enemy's control. The victims of this brutal war are piling up from the two areas, an indication of the mass slaughter that's happened and is still going on here. The police now have the terrible task of hurriedly laying their fellow citizens to rest. They're buried in bulk, dozens and dozens stacked in together. No time for goodbyes, no time for mourning. There's the stench of putrefying bodies despite the body bags. This war has stripped the dead and the living of all humanity. It's been impossible to cope with the number of dead because of the war and the battle raging all around. And apart from those that have yet been covered, there are 150 along here. They're already digging more trenches, not just this one, but also this huge one, because they're expecting so many more to end up here. I think they're dogs who came here, he says, who don't even understand what they're doing. But there will be revenge for them 1,000,000 times over. But even these hurried makeshift burials are done under fire. Lysyschansk has suffered a lot already and knows there's an even bigger battle headed their way. And in the aid centre, they're nearing total despair. These are syringes without needles, this surgeon says. Boxes and boxes of donations they cannot use.
Красивые.
Theatre dresses.
Красивые. Людям оно поможет.
Will it be helpful for people, he asks. Most of the aid here will not help at all. There's hardly any medicine, he says. We don't have hospitals, no pharmacies, no connection, no communications, no logistics. Unfortunately, most of this aid is useless. For those who've made it out of Severodonetsk, there's some relief. Reuniting with loved ones is sweet comfort. They think they're safe now, but they've just found themselves in the next city the Russians have their eyes on. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Lysyschansk in the Donbass.